Welcome back to my channel, Donna Flame Brain. If this is your first time here, then welcome to my channel, Donna Flame Brain. It sounds mad saying all of this because it's been absolutely ages since I've done a video. It's been so long that I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start updating you. There's so much I got to say. First of all, the reason why it's been so long, like I always say in all the other videos, is mainly because, it's either because I've been unwell or generally it's because I've been too busy or I've been in bed. So with all of this, there's loads I've got to say to you about what I've been up to, and I will tell you this all in another proper update video. This is just a quick hello, and the reason why I'm doing this is because today is the 22nd of February, which is World Encephalitis Day, and I know while you're watching this, it's probably not the 22nd of February because it always takes me ages to upload the videos. I always promise to get them up quickly and consistently, but I find it very hard to do that. And if you do watch some of my things and if you do understand what anybody who has a brain injury or is recovering from a brain problem, it's a long road, and bit by bit I'm learning what I've got to do to kind of adjust to this new way of being. And again, I talk about that a lot, but even though I know that I haven't updated you on this, there's so much more I've got to say, mainly about what I've been doing and with the recovery process, which is generally the best thing that's been happening to me lately. Is I've been going to a brain injury clinic, and that here is in South Wales in a hospital called Landoc. So there's a whole brain injury day ward there, so that's where I go 3 days a week at the moment. And I will go through again, I promise you, on another video, and explain what I go there for, what I've been doing there, which is the main thing, because any form of recovery, it takes ages, and there's loads of things you don't think of, so there's elements to it. So when I think that I'm going there just to sit and have certain groups and things, you might wonder, like, how is that recovery? But it totally is, because all of it makes that part of my system. Now, excuse me if I talk with a little bit of a stammer or a stutter. This is something that's new, and it comes on now and then, and we're trying to work out what it is. It could be anxiety. It could be related or linked to what's going on with my condition, but we don't know. And I'm not panicking, even though I am a little bit frustrated, because one thing I want to do quickly is to get back to my radio show, and this is hindering that, if I'm going to be honest. But that aside, things have been going well, apart from, there's loads of things that has been going wrong, but I'm not going to sit here and moan about things because it's been ages since I've seen you, like I said. So what I've been thinking about, like, what to do for this video, because like I said, it has been a while, and because today is World Encephalitis Day. The whole point of World Encephalitis Day is basically is getting to celebrate those who have been through it or going through it or surviving, and getting to know people who have been or are basically related to encephalitis, whether that's a carer or family member or even partners or the person like me. So I've decided to kind of go along with it, and there's kind of a few sites that I'm related to or connected to, I should say, on social media, where I'm involved with sort of like recovery groups and things. So I've been kind of asking them about, what do they want to ask me? What do they want to get to know about me? So the whole point of this video right now, apart from obviously a kind of refresh about what's been happening, that was the quick introduction bit that I just did. That was a little bit of an update, because like I said, sorry if I'm repeating myself, that is exactly what I do. You will see things about that, and you will see new things about that. I can't help it. And if I'm looking down, it's because I got a whole sort of paper with some stuff on to remind me what I'm going to say, which actually has my questions on here, which, like I said, this is going to be like a Q&A because, well, I don't know if I explained that properly, but basically I asked some of the people on some of the groups, the community groups I'm on, which is not just encephalitis space, is about all recovery based involved with brain injury. So that's like the ABI, which I have an acquired brain injury. So these questions, or not questions, I asked them, what do you want to know about me? Ask me some questions, whatever comes to mind. These people have been on here on my Donna Flame Brain YouTube channel. They are following me here. They are subscribers, most of them. So they understand what this channel is about, thankfully. I'm glad some people do, because sometimes I don't even know what this is about. And I try to keep on the basis that this is about positivity and a lot of positivity and, you know, vibing sort of stuff. And sometimes I just can't do it. But the question and answer session by here is good because it gives you a chance to get to know a little bit more about me. And the question was, the questions that people asked me was quite crazy because a lot of people did want to know about me and who I was before I had encephalitis, which is mad because not many people ask me that question anymore. It's more about how am I now, how am I feeling now, and those things. So it's good to be able to let you know about these things. I didn't think about telling you. So, first question is, before encephalitis, who was Donna? So this, because I'm reading these questions mainly now for the first time, for me to think about it is going to be hard, and you'll get to see how it is for me to try to have to think about questions and answers and things. So, who was Donna before encephalitis? Now, that's a crazy question because, you know, like, even I sometimes have problems remembering all of that. But I know obviously I know who I was before I got unwell, don't get me wrong, but it's more like a lot of things I used to like then, I don't like now. And, you know, I try to remember how I used to like things and try and force myself to like those things, you know, still. But a lot of things have changed, like even my tastes have changed now. But to answer the question, before I got unwell, I was a youth worker, and I was doing youth work in quite a few capacities, you know, over time. So before I got unwell, I was working as a drugs misuse worker for young people, and that was really interesting. So it was sort of working in a whole sort of way, identifying what the problem was, what, you know, has come out, and it can sometimes come from schools, parents, social workers, and they kind of referred them to us for us to engage with them and ask them, you know, what's going on, what they're taking. And, you know, there's a lot more than what I'm sounding like now and explaining like now. There's a lot more to it, but it was basically, if that makes sense, it was basically working with young people and helping them sort of work out what's going on, why they're misusing drugs or alcohol, and seeing if we can help them through it. So before that, I was doing sexual health, which I absolutely loved. Again, I'm sure, like, you know, the tip of me coming unwell was going from those times as well. I was having problems there with sickness and things. So before then, I was working in mental health. So I've always done sort of like a community-based work, outreach work with either mental health, sexual health, drugs misuse work. And before then, slightly as volunteer, as somebody working with people who are at risk of offending, they said. That's what we were doing up in the valleys. So I've always been involved in those type of things, delivering workshops within that about how mental health affects black people and things. Well, anybody from the minority community, ethnic minority community, where you kind of discuss how, or you kind of look into how the difference in having cultural backgrounds and traditions can affect how you approach when you're unwell with mental health. It's mad how I can remember things like this because I've said it over and over again, and is I'm sure when it comes back to me being able to go back to work properly in the future, hopefully, because I love all of those things, I hopefully can be able to do it again because I'm so passionate about those sort of community-based works. So I hope to get back into doing those things. I could probably talk more about that loads and loads and loads in another video. So I guess that answers my question. Who was I before encephalitis? There's another major thing. I was Donna Heart and Soul instead of Donna Flame Brain. I mean, I can be both together. I can be everything together, hopefully. So I was doing a radio show. It was a love hour, or it is, because it's still, you know, it's still buzzing around, and I will be going back. It is not on air right now on Radio Cardiff, but it will be back soon. I've been promised my slot back whenever I can go back to being as good as I was. So it was like a 1 hour love hour, and dilemmas, requests, and dedications. That was it, and that was brilliant. People loved it. So I kind of like love music, slow jams, and all of those. So I want to go back to that. The reason why I had to stop for a while is because I have problems listening to music and thinking at the same time. I know that sounds really bizarre, but it's like a anything that can... I know that's bizarre, because, you know, somebody who listens to music or loves music, how come it can become so difficult to do it? But I noticed when I was going to some hospital appointments and they had a radio, when I was trying to think about what I'm going to say to the consultant, I would have problems thinking. I'd have problems trying to think about what I'm going to say, because, you know, you might not go to the doctors and have to think about what you're going to tell them and things, but sometimes it takes so long between appointments, especially with proper consultants, like a neurologist, I see, you want to get everything out in that, 10, 20-minute appointment. You want to get everything out because you want them to know. You want them to fix you. So you want them to tell everything. So you don't want to miss nothing. You don't want to let nothing out. You don't want to keep nothing in. But when you can't think about things because of the radios playing and stuff, I was having problems. And same with the radio show. I mean, you got to do a lot with a radio show. You got to you got to push a lot of buttons. You got to, not just select music. You got to mix, and you got to, go through a little bit of a script and a kind of a program. You got to go through a kind of program to follow, so it kind of people understand what the show's about. But anyway, so next question. But I hope that answered that question. So the next question is about family. It says, who is in your family? Okay, well, I come from a huge family, but in my kind of, aside from my little family, there's me, my brother and my sister. My mother and father both passed away. So it was my brother and my sister, my mother and my father, 5 of us growing up. Mixed race family. My mother was white, my father was black, from the Caribbean, Dominica. And they met when my mum was quite young and things. It's a lovely love story. I would love to go into that as well, maybe some nice music or something behind. That'd be nice, actually. I might tell you more about how my mother and father met and what the story was, what my father got up to, and my mother got up to, and how difficult sometimes life was for them being a mixed family or a mixed couple. So, my brother, my sister, I'm the youngest, so there's my sister, my brother, then me, and then I have my family. I have 3 children and my husband here, also very, very tight and close and involved with my niece and my nephew, so they're lovely too, and they're all involved and it's all brilliant. And then that extends out as well, so they're friends and they're girlfriends and all of this thing shared. So I got loads of people around me most of the time, and that can be really, really good. It can also be very exhausting, because when I spend the day with people, I find it hard sometimes then to when I'm tired, it makes me tired. That's how I need to explain it. It makes me tired. So I then have problems sort of unwinding and things, unwinding and things afterwards. Definitely can't sleep, especially if I've been really focused on trying to talk, trying not to stutter. I can't even say stutter without stuttering, but you know what I mean. Try not to show any sort of symptoms. I know that sounds strange, but anybody who is in any recovery from anything, cancer, brain injury, anything, you don't want your family to see that you're unwell or hurting. So that takes a lot of energy, if I'm being honest. If you see me pointing to the camera, it's because sometimes I have to stop it or press play, because this is again done in 5-minute chunks for some reason. But it's because I got this new phone. I'll tell you about that again. I got an iPhone now. I had to get an iPhone because I wanted a Apple Watch, because of the kind of the health things they got on them. I will make a little review and stuff about that. I'm not wearing it right now because I still find it very hard to get my head around it. It's very, very difficult for me anyway. And I've also got, to have that, you got to have an iPhone to make them sync and stuff. I know that sounds really like, I have to have an iPhone, but it's not. I can't say I hate iPhones. I mean, it is lovely, don't get me wrong, but I've always had I love my Google Pixel and all the Android sort of stuff there, and I know how to use it. So this is a very, very, very big thing, and I know there's other settings and stuff I can do on here. I know there's other settings as you can do on here to kind of, and other apps and things you can use, but all I can find is this one for now, and the children will help me, but I didn't really plan. Even though I did plan to do this video, of course I did say I asked for questions, but I didn't plan to be doing this right now. So I forgot to say, what do I record? So I'm doing this for now, and I think it's coming out okay. I hope it's coming out okay, and I hope but you can hear me and it's looking okay. You can obviously like or dislike this video at any point. Yeah. So that's my family. Next question: what gets you excited? Well, currently, I don't know. Obviously, I do know. I like spending time with my daughter, well, all the children, but we kind of do things. We have our TV programs sometimes, and we have our little things that we do. Like once a month, we like to go for food and stuff, so I like to enjoy that. The whole point is trying different restaurants and trying different foods. I sometimes have a problem with eating. I think it's because of most of the medication I'm on, but it's good to try different places. Yeah, we'll tell you more about that because we find a way of getting food very discounted. We'll talk about all that. There's loads of tricks. Same way when I can try and get into shows and concerts and things for free. There's loads of tricks. So these are sort of videos I could be doing for you guys, regardless of stuff. This is who I used to be. Going to the question of who I used to be. I used to be sort of, up on top of things. And I hope to get back up on top of things again very, very soon. I keep saying this in all the other videos. Plans. And I know I don't really update you with many kind of come-throughs of my plans, apart from one, which I'm very excited to tell you about. Instead of me jumping from topic to topic, and I'm not going to go too much into it, but it's a very massive life-changing thing I've been through. A good thing, nothing to do with health. Okay, I give you a hint. I actually finally got myself into America. I got to America. I went to New Orleans. I don't know which way people like to say it, but I got to New Orleans, Louisiana, and it was the best time of my life, and I'll tell you all about that. I mean, there were some parts of it that was awful. That's why I got to put it in its own video, because there was loads of problems with the traveling. There was loads of problems with those things that, we went with British Airways, and because of this, a massive complaint going on in regards to the accessibility thing that you get, if you need help and things. Because the reason why I needed help was because if I can go from 0 to 60 in a thing like this, my tempo will go through the roof. If I can't find my way somewhere, if I'm lost, or if I'm confused, or I don't know, if things are out of order and stuff, I can't even say it's a panic. I don't even know what the feeling is. All I know is that it's horrible and woe betide. I don't know if that's, my mother used to say woe betide. Woe betide anybody. Okay, warning to anybody who's in my way, because I am horrible. And that's something that I want to actually fix about myself, which I'm having help with in the brain injury clinic about that. But again, we'll talk about that. Proudest achievement. I know it's cliche. People always say my proudest achievement is my children and all that. Yeah, of course they are. That's brilliant. But, that is that just happened, if that makes sense. My proudest achievement aside making children, is probably doing my journalism degree and all of that, and the postgrad thing and broadcast and all of that. Getting involved in all of those things, working my way towards those things and achieving it was good. And I loved the fact that I did that. I made my mother and father really, really proud. Made my children proud because they got to, see me cap and gown and all of those things. That was really, really nice for that. And I kind of say to them, there's no excuse. They can achieve it. It's absolutely achievable. And so, it was a proud moment to show that I can commit to things. I even had a baby throughout my time of doing my degree, and I still completed it. So that kind of showed myself that I'm hardcore. I can do it. And the journalism degree wasn't that easy. There was a lot of sorry if I do kind of get mixed up, if I forget words, but it does come to me. There was a load of there's a lot of work you have to do by yourself, and you have to carry cameras and things and all that, and I did it. I met some lovely friends and some best friends in uni, or a best friend in uni as well. So she's, always a blessing, and everything is for a reason. So, so it'll come out brilliant. So yeah, I'm proud of my degree and things like that. And I'm quite proud. I mean, I live in a house that's not too bad. I got my driving license, got cars. I mean, I know I don't drive really at the moment, but I've achieved quite a lot of things, to be honest. I think I think I've achieved a lot of things, and nothing's coming to mind right now. But I'm sure I can think of some things later that I'm going to be like, oh damn, I should have said that, or that was good, or I'm proud of this or proud of that. There's a few things I'm probably really, really proud of that I can't think of right now. Have you read any books lately? Now, the thing is, I haven't. I find it very hard to read and remember what I'm doing. I have to go over and over again. Like, if I read a page, I sometimes have to go over that page again and just to try and have things sink in. So, to tell you the truth, I've actually been listening to audiobooks. Somebody said to me, I think it was my daughter, you can't listen to a book and claim to have read it, but that's my claim, to be honest. I can't really think about any books that I've been listening to, but I will, if you really want to know, I will put it in the comments. But what have I been listening to? Do you know what? This is probably why it's good to read. It might sink in a bit better. I'm not sure. Kids always read. It's better than listening to. I can't even remember it. But yeah, I've been listening to some audiobooks. I have been, I promise. I really wish I could remember. But there we go. And there we go. And the last one here is, what do you plan to do when you recover? Now, that again is a weird question. And it, again, coming from a brain injury sort of recovery group, is a bit of a mad question as well, because I don't think there's any recovery. Of course there's recovery. I can get back to being on a level, I suppose. I'm never going to get back to the level I was or who I was, obviously. But I can definitely get on with some things. I can definitely do some things. I can do some things, I'm sure. Actually in the brain injury group, which I will tell you about, I've been doing some pottery. I know that sounds weird. I got pictures and videos of that. It's so funny. I've been doing some other stuff. I've been having massages, which is really lovely. I've been having, I've been going to like a memory group, so it's good sometimes to talk about recovery. It's good to sometimes understand what you're going through or understand what's going on. Really helps you to not to panic or have any anxiety, because sometimes things are normal, or that is exactly what's expected from somebody who has X, Y, and Z, or a brain injury or whatever. So it's good to understand when you can't remember stuff, what might be going on, or like what part of the brain could be causing that. So it's really been really helpful. What I plan to when I come back, I want to get back to the work I was doing before. I can't be an advisor sort of capacity, but it's the heart and soul stuff in regards to the matchmaking, date coaching. I still try to do a little bit of whatever I can do, but that's what I really want to achieve. I want to get back involved with my singles parties and all of those things. These are things I really can't wait to get back involved with. Filming work, I want to get back involved with filming work. I was doing some like TV extra supporting artist work. I want to do that again. So, I really enjoyed doing the filming work and things. The reason why I couldn't do that anymore was mainly because of the talking all the time, not on camera, but in the green room afterwards. You meet so many lovely people, and I can't help myself. I'm so chatty. And I was having problems with even keeping up with conversations, and I was trying my best to cover myself, which made me so tired. It was really, really hard. So, I'd come home and I'd just sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep. And then loads of other things the next day would be problems, talking, memory. There'd be loads of things that I realised that, okay, I can't do this for now. And it wasn't good for them or me, I suppose. When you're talking to somebody and you look at them in the eye and you're really thinking, who are you, or what were we talking about last, or all of those things, and you kind of change. It's not fair on some people when they realise that I've changed. And they're not saying like, oh, I've changed, so the world ends. If I've spoken to you, we've had a nice, deeper, meaningful conversation. It's not very nice that if I see you next time and I can't remember it at that time, it's not fair. memories are there. They do come back, and I do, think, things do click into place. I mean, right now is my short-term memory that's the biggest problem, recalling back stuff quickly. But, I remember things I did, 2 weeks ago, last week sometimes, all that, not to find a fine detail, but, I can't remember every conversation and all this, but I can remember where I was, what I did, what I wore. I can do all of that. I'm not exactly that, I don't even know how to finish that sentence. I'm not, I don't know, whatever I mean. So I think I kind of sort of answered all the questions, and I think that this video hopefully makes sense. I hope that you've enjoyed seeing me on here. I know it's been a while, like I said. Huge apologies. Please like this video, comment if you want to comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Please tell a friend to subscribe. All the support would be fantastic. I would like to get to 1,000 subscribers. That would be lovely. I know it's not easy, and I know this kind of topic, brain injury, is not hugely sort of out there, but I know there's a lot of us going through things for any form of recovery, really. And we all like to get some positivity, or if I'm saying things that people understand and they can relate to or whatever, then that's my job done. If anybody's going to get these things, people like me, spread the message, talk about what things are. I do talk about my condition more in other videos, and I will talk about more in next videos. This is the best I've been able to talk for a while. So again, that's another reason why I'm being here. Moan. I've had problems talking, and I've had problems with just body pain, and I say body pain like it was nothing. I mean, I'm having a lot of body pain and a lot of problems, which hopefully I will have some x-rays soon, and we'll find out what all that's about. Not that I want to find out what all that's about, I just want help with just understanding how to deal with pain. But again, I'm not here to moan. I'm here to just, basically talk about me, where I've been and what's up. Hopefully I've answered those questions. And I hope that everybody who is, kind of observing World Encephalitis Day, raising money, bringing awareness, celebrating, themselves surviving and being alive, because, there's so many elements to this, there's so many sides to this. For some people right now will be in hospital, in comas, and lucky to be alive. And lucky to be even, I'm very lucky to be even talking, smiling, laughing. My memory might be screwed up, and I might not be able to talk as good as I did, and I might not be able to, I don't know, be exactly as I was before, but I'm alive, and that's what this whole thing is about, being positive. So, thank you for watching this. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you will come back again soon and catch up what I got planned. Bye.